Hello and welcome to today's 10-minute full body workout. So I will be using some dumbbells today, and if you do have a mat you may like one because we are going to be on the floor for some of our 5 exercises today. So we're going to do a walkout, press ups, hip thrust, pull over, prisoner squats, and if you don't have some weights, come along for the ride because you'll still be able to do it. So we're going to start with our walkout first. So start with your feet hip width apart, and we're going to take our hands down to the floor and we're going to walk it forward until we're in a high plank. And then once we're in that high plank, we lift the hips, roll over the toes, and we walk it back up to the top. So that is one walkout. We're going to keep that going. So the feet are hip width apart, bring the hands down to the floor, take that nice walk until you reach that plank, and then bring the hips up to come back up to standing. That's it. I'm just going to keep that moving. You can go faster if you feel that you can, and if not, just focus on trying to keep moving, keeping the core engaged, try and keep the hips level. That's it. Let's do one more. And then we're going to make our way down to the floor for our press-ups. So I'm going to show you some different options. Let me start on my knees. So bringing it to your knees, bring your hands a little bit wider than shoulder width. We're going to bend at the elbow, lower the chest down to the floor, and then push back up to the top. Now, if this feels a bit much, you can do this against the wall, no problem at all, or you can lean against a chair or a worktop to get that nice stretch. If press-ups are familiar to you, you can also choose to do them up on your toes. Nice little bend, get that stretch through the chest, and then drive it back up to the top. That's it. Really focus on working your upper body. And again, making sure you're keeping your core engaged to keep yourself level and balanced. Taking your time. I'd rather you focus on working on the depth and do less than do little range and not go so far. And one more. Fantastic, well done. We are going to bring it onto our backs for hip thrust. So you can use your weights here, you can rest them on your hips. So bent knees, feet on the ground, engage and squeeze the glutes to lift up, and then control it back down. So make sure you're not driving through your legs and really focus on lifting through your glutes. Squeeze up to the top until you create that straight line, knees, hips to shoulders, and then lower it back down. That's it. If you're feeling it a lot in your legs, you might just need to adjust where your feet are and bring them a little bit closer to your body. Keeping the knees in line with your toes, don't let them drop in or out. Well done. Nice and controlled. Focus on squeezing your glutes on the way up and on the way back down. Let's get one more. And release. Okay, so we're going to do a pullover for our back. If you're holding the weights, you're going to start with them up in front of you. Go all the way back until you can feel a stretch, and then pull back up. Now, if you're finding that your weights are hitting the floor first, you might just want to rotate the weights until they're flat. Keeping the arms long, feel the stretch in the back, and then pull back up from that stretch. If your weight feels a little bit heavy, there's no reason why you can't just pop one to the side, take hold of both ends, and then get that stretch and pull back up. That's it. Now it's easy for the arms to take over. I really want you to try and get that connection with your back. So when you're here at that full extension, the goal is to feel a stretch in your back muscles, and then you're pulling back up from that stretch. We're going to get one more, and then we're going to pop our weight down and bring ourselves up and around onto our knees for our 5th exercise, and that is prisoner squat. So we start on our knees, we come up with our left foot, come down with our left knee, then come up with your right foot and go down with your right knee. Now I'm going to give you a couple of variations, so if you're happy with that, just keep it going. If you're struggling to get up onto your feet, what you could do is just sit back onto your heels and then come up to standing. If that feels uncomfortable on your knees, you can just come up onto your feet and you can sit back into some squats. Okay, so lots of options. Now don't worry if you still feel like you're learning. We're going round again. So hopefully the second round will feel even easier. And you can hold your weights if you want to add some difficulty. That's it. Let's get one more before ending back up on our feet. Great stuff. So we are back round to our walkouts. Hip width apart with the feet. Nice big breath. Keeping our feet flat to start with as we bring our hands down and forward. Keeping our hips level into high plank. Rolling over to come back up to standing. Bringing the hands back down. Feet only come up as we walk forward. Rolling over the toes to come back up. That's it. Make sure you're not rocking from side to side. Try and keep it as smooth as you can. Well done. One more time. And we're taking it down to the floor for our press-ups. That's it. So coming down to your knees. So if you found it quite easy the first time, what you might need to do is take your knees a little bit further away from your hands. Make sure your shoulders are over the top of your wrists. Often what will happen is people will lean back, push their hips back. We really want to roll forward to keep the work in the upper body. Get nice and low, feel the stretch across the chest. Push back up to the top. And as I say, adjust the position of the knees. So if it feels too difficult, bring your knees closer. If it feels too hard, bring them closer. If it feels too easy, take it further away. That's it. Nice stretch. Keep the core engaged. Nice and steady. Don't let momentum take over. And one more. And then we're coming over onto our back for our hip thrust. That's it. So really focus on engaging the glutes, keeping the legs relaxed, resting the weights. Make sure you hold them in place, squeezing up and controlling it back down. Make sure you don't start driving through the legs as you get tired. And don't let go of your weights, just to make sure they don't roll up towards you. That's it, keep squeezing those glutes hard as you can. You can make them work harder than they want to. Well done. Let's get two more. And we're going to get ready for our pullover. For our back. Pull a little bit. So taking hold of your weights. Nice stretch through the back. Think back rather than arms. And then pull back up to the top. Nice stretch. Nice big breath in and out. Well done. Adjust if you need to. You can change your weight. Try not to let the elbow bend. You can very much change how it's feeling. Try and keep the length through the arm. Two more. And we've just got one more exercise to go. And we're coming round into our prisoner squats. Use any variation that I gave you the first time round. You can be sitting back on the heels. But if you're coming up with me, left foot, then left knee, right foot, then right knee. You're just switching. Try not to overthink it. So often our brains can just get in the way and slow us down. Keep it moving, keep the chest up, keep the core engaged. And do your variations if you need to. We're so nearly there. We've got less than 30 seconds to go. Just try and keep it going. Well done. Nice and strong. That's it. We've got time for one more on each side, and then come up to standing. Take a nice deep breath and relax. You have done another 10-minute workout. Well done. I hope you feel good after that. Let me know what your favourite exercise was in the comments below, and I'll be back tomorrow for another workout.